your name, your thoughts, your life story. Do you think that you created that? Do you think that you even wanted to be born on this planet? No, you didn't. And the reason why is because everything was given to you by society. Your thoughts, everything that goes through your mind has been programmed by society, by your parents, by your loved ones, by people who are surrounded by you. Everybody is constantly programming you since birth. And all of the things that have gone through your life, all of the negative things that have happened in your life have happened because of the programming that you have, because of this identity that you consistently carry that consistently holds you back in certain areas of your life. And I recently found something that was very powerful while analyzing my past, analyzing when did I do the best? When did I not do the best? And I found this constant thread that stood the same throughout all of the situations, and that was alter ego alchemy. Alter ego alchemy is what allowed for me to excel in different areas of my life. I look at when I was playing basketball in high school. I constantly had ups and downs. I constantly had performance anxiety. I would have days where I wouldn't score that much, and I'd have days where I'd have 27 points in one game. I'd have days where I literally could not even dribble a ball. I'd have days where I would airball free throws. And then I would have days where I'd be explosive and I'd go 4 for 6 from 3. I'd be able to bring the ball down the court, make a move, get to the basket, bucket. I'd have these types of experiences, and it always puzzled me why I couldn't consistently do it. And it's because I didn't internalize alter ego alchemy. You see, you have to understand the people who are doing the best, who are operating at the highest levels in this plane of existence that we're in right now, they are implementing this in real time in front of you, and they are capitalizing on it. And this is what you need to do to capitalize. You look at Kobe Bryant, you look at Beyonce, you look at Andrew Tate, you might be saying, you look at Kanye. What do all of these 4 people have in common? They all have alter egos. They all have a new identity that they are able to embody to be able to get the result that they want in the performance that they're actually holding. So you look at Kanye West. Who's his alter ego? Ye. When Ye speaks, it's a whole different person. You look at Beyonce. Who's her alter ego? Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce, when she gets on stage, that's who takes over. That's who makes the performance, not Beyonce Knowles. You look at Kobe Bryant. Who's his alter ego? Black Mamba. When he's on the court, Kobe Bryant doesn't exist. Black Mamba exists. Black Mamba takes the shots. Black Mamba executes on the court. And finally, you look at Andrew Tate. Who's his alter ego? Top G. Why did he strategically create Top G? Because that is the alter ego. That is the identity that he embodies when he puts on the glasses, when he gets on these podcasts. That is the persona that sits in front of you. That's what you have to create. And going back to my story, I didn't have that. And so when I came here to Romania, I wanted to completely change my identity. I've been doing this just on the background, just fixing it up, just really analyzing who are the characters that I need, who are the characters that I need. And I created my alter ego, Rez Noir, which if you're in my Telegram group, you'll see it because I talk all about it. And that character, when I get on camera right now, that's what embodies all of my videos. That is where all of my best videos have came from that energy, from that identity, from that persona, that intensity, that I don't give a fuckness. All of that came from Rez Noir, not Martel. Martel is my old self that I can keep for when I have day-to-day conversations. But when it's time to turn up, when it's time to perform, Rez Noir appears and he speaks. I don't know what's going on a lot of the videos until I watch them over again. It's very, very interesting. Even in business, I can get on a sales call and I have no idea what I said on the sales call, but I know Rez Noir is speaking and I get the deal. And that's how you have to look at yourself. You have to create an alter ego for yourself to be able to dominate every single area of your life. You may have limiting beliefs. I'm not worthy of making money, which comes from childhood, which comes from certain life patterns that you have, which comes from certain opinions that you've gotten from other people. You may not have the confidence to speak on camera. Maybe you're trying to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're trying to build a personal brand. You need an alter ego to be able to dissociate your old self with this new version of yourself. And you have to evolve and burn the old self so that you can finally become the new version of yourself. And own that day in and day out. And maybe turn it off in moments where you want to chill out. And keep it on when it's time to perform. When it's time to get into social situations. When it's time to talk to the girl. I'll tell you the way that I created Rez Noir. I looked at 3 characters that I believed had the traits that I wanted to emulate that I was missing. I picked the Joker. Of course. I picked Casanova, seductive king. And I picked, there's one more that I picked. So it was Casanova, Joker, and Scarface. Scarface was the last one. The ruthlessness, the carelessness, but the calculation, the get to it, the hustle. All of these different traits that I admired, I put all into one character called Rez Noir. And what I did was I wrote a eulogy. I wrote it down on paper. And I do this with a lot of the people who are in my mentorship right now. You write down a eulogy of all of the negative traits that you have, all the things that you feel are holding you back, all of the things that you are not great at, that you feel less than in. And I burnt it to the ground. I lit it on fire and burned it. And when that eulogy happened, I burned my old self and I allowed for this new persona to enter and be on command with every single thing that I needed. Every single time I need to summon this, it shows up. And this is a very interesting exercise because a lot of men, you may be included watching this video, you may be doing pretty well, but there may be certain points in time and certain scenarios that you're not the greatest in. Maybe you're not the greatest in business right now. You need to figure out what are figures that are good in business that I admire, that I can pull those traits and add it to my persona and add it to this alter ego. It could be that you're not great with women. Well, figure out people who are extremely good at seduction and take all of their traits and put it all into that alter ego. You can create multiple alter egos for different scenarios, or you can create a massive master alter ego, which is what I've done, that has all of the qualities that I didn't have at a certain point in time that I can have, that I can essentially destroy my old self and embody this new version, this new persona, this new alter ego of myself. And that's going to change the game for you because here's the truth. Here's the reality of why this works. See, when you actually are able to embody your alter ego, you alchemize it. You created it. Now, when you summon it in, you dissociate from it. You allow for it to perform in society. You allow for it to perform in different things that you need to do. And you're never afraid of rejection anymore. You're not afraid of other people's opinions. You're not afraid of anything because it's not you. It's the alter ego. So part of it is a shield for your childlike self. The self that hasn't actually matured to the point where it's the ultimate version of you. Many people, many guys, the whole self-improvement thing, chase, become the best version of yourself, become the best version of yourself. Get an alter ego that represents the best version of yourself and compete with that alter ego to finally embody it in everyday life. That's the answer. That's the missing gap that you've had. That's why the cold showers haven't worked for you. That's why the journaling may not have worked for you. That's why all of these different protocols have not worked for you, because you don't have an alter ego that embodies all of the ultimate traits that you desire that you can take on day in and day out. And the minute that you have that, the minute that you can summon it, you use a word. Mine is blackout. The minute I say blackout, Rez Noir comes in. And he gives a transmission. He gives a statement. He gives a tweet. He gives a Telegram broadcast for my Telegram group that I have. It's free, by the way. Link will be in the description if you're interested in joining the Telegram. But the reality is, none of this would be possible if I didn't create this alter ego. YouTube wouldn't be possible. Building a business, multiple six-figure businesses would not be possible. And now that I want to hit 7 figures, that alter ego is going to take me there. This new updated, you can always update your alter ego. It's never static. You can pull different traits and just throw it in there. That's the cool part. You create this super ego, this super alter ego that carries you through life. And essentially you embody it fully. It's the same. You look at some guy like Tate, you analyze him and you're like, wait, that's not him. He's a nerd. His true self is a nerd. His true self is insecure. But this top G character that he has all of the features that he wanted in himself. And he can embody that at any point in time. And he's gotten to the point where now it's almost indistinguishable, which is where the Holy Grail comes in. Because now when your alter ego and your true self merge together, it becomes indistinguishable. And now you have finally elevated yourself at a higher level without all of the nonsense. That's the secret. That's what allows for me to be able to speak so articulately on this camera right now. That's what allows for me to never have hesitation in anything that I say. That's what allows for me to swallow hate and laugh at hate, because Rez Noir is the one that's taking hate, not Martel. No. Yeah, it's my name on here. But the energy that I carry, the persona that I push forward, it's Rez Noir. That's why when I was single, I never cared about rejection, because it wasn't me. It was the persona. I allowed the persona to take over situations. And eventually that persona merged together, and now it's one. Now it's indistinguishable. But all it takes is that first step, designing it out, designing what that alter ego of you looks like, creating this new identity, destroying, burning your old version of yourself. Because that's what's going to change your life. That's what's going to remove all of those traumas, all of those mishaps, all of the past that's haunting you, that's keeping you stuck. I had a one-on-one consultation with a guy the other day, and there was a constant talk of, I'm only worth $3,000. I have $3,000 left in my bank account. I'm only worth $3,000. I'm only worth $3,000. And I told him, this is all from societal conditioning. This is all from the past, maybe a traumatic situation that occurred. You have to reshape that thought. But even deeper, what he didn't know is you have to create a new persona that believes they're worthy of $100,000, of $1 million, of $1 billion. I don't care what the number is. That persona has to embody it. And you have to embody that persona to be able to get what you want out of life. You want to be more confident. You want to stop being the nice guy. Embody your alter ego that is the bad guy, that is the villain. This is why I have villainistic aspects in my alter ego, because that is what I want to embody. I've been a nice guy for a long time in my life. And so what happens? Every time that I feel that energy creeping back in and I want to destroy it and I want to burn it, I always look at the alter ego to come in, take over, have the mental warfare in my mind, and create the results that I want. Stop being the nice guy. You are the fucking villain. You don't care what anybody thinks. You get what you want. That's what always pops up. That's what always allows for me to be on point. When I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of, Rez Noir kicks in. Blackout, Rez Noir kicks in. Boom. You may think all this shit's crazy, by the way. You may think I'm delusional. Maybe I am. But it works. And I've seen some of the top performers do this. And if you want to be a man that's worth something in this world, you have to shield yourself. You have to create a persona. And you have to live with that persona. And you have to embody it. And you have to get to a point where you and that persona are indistinguishable, to the point where both of you are one. And now you've merged together. You've had this transfusion and you've become this Superman. You've become this supervillain that moves through life and gets everything that he wants and performs at an elite level with every single thing that occurs. I'll give you one more example. As many of you guys know, I was a tech entrepreneur. I had a startup. The reason why I was able to raise money, the reason why I was able to pitch, my old version, Martel Metellus, could not pitch that. These are all the things I was doing subconsciously that I've analyzed. Wow, I actually succeeded in that because I did this, what I'm telling you right now. Martel Metellus couldn't succeed with the startup. Who could succeed was, well, now I'm calling him Rez Noir, but whoever that was whoever that alter ego that I created to take over these pitches that I had, because I always black out whenever I speak in front of anything. Whenever I have to give a monologue, whenever I have to give a presentation, whenever I have to make videos, I just black out. And this figure, this alter ego kicks in. And that's how I was able to secure money. That's how I was able to speak so articulately. That's how I was able to captivate people. Because I found great public speakers. I found great men that I could channel their energy. I could take their traits. I could steal their traits and project it to the objective that I had. And every single time I nailed it. I never flopped on any pitch that I ever gave. And it paid dividends. When did things start breaking down? When I let Martell take over again. Because Martell wasn't ready for that yet. Didn't fully integrate. And then the childishness came in. The leadership skills died down. Childish mistakes were made. Positioning mistakes. Positioning in a market that was going to eventually just stop working for a while. Talent acquisition. But that's besides the point. My whole point around this video is that you need to actually build an alter ego for yourself that is the person that you desire to be, and take the traits from all of the most popular figures, because nothing in this world is new. Everything is just transmuted into something else. So all of the traits that you see are just reincarnations of even beyond past iterations. Stay with me here. You look at Jesus Christ. Do you think Jesus Christ was the first? If you do, look into history. There were others that were crucified. There were others that carried a message. But he was able to take the persona that he was looking for and create this mythic character that rang through the test of time up until this day. And you can take his same traits and bring that into your life if that's who you admire, if that's who you look up to. You look at Gandhi. You look at all of these characters. You may look at modern day characters. You may take some of their traits and make it all into this super alter ego that carries you through life, that does all of the shit that you don't want to do. And that's how you win. That's how you perform at an elite level every single time. Now, if you want to do this, if you need guidance, if you want a worksheet, I'll give you a free worksheet. It's going to be the Alter Ego Alchemy worksheet, right? It's going to be free. Link will be in the description. You will download this and you will use it and you will create your alter ego. And you will embody this alter ego. And I promise you, it'll change your life.